All right, here we go. Anxiety and depression. This is a topic that a lot of us are tending to deal with, especially of my age. Anxiety and depression. Here's the some of it. Here's the nuts and bolts, the brass tacks, if you will. Anxiety means that you are fearing about the future, about the way things could go wrong, about the way things could fall apart, about the way you could be treated. Depression is living in the past of how things did fall apart, about how somebody did treat you wrong, about how you've been made to look a fool, or anything else like that. And typically, when it's dealing with depression, it's really dealing with ego, because your pride is hurt because you look stupid. Your pride was hurt because you made the wrong decision. All this other stuff, but what we fail to really realize is that, oh, I'm about to cross the street and I might get hit, but it's totally worth it. YOLO. What we fail to realize is that the life that we're creating, the life that we're living, is here in the now. And it's stacked because of the decisions that we made in the past. But we don't have to live as a result of those decisions. We can make a different decision right now. You can make a different decision right now. It'd be in a completely different place 5 years from now. But if you don't make any different decisions on how you choose to get yourself out of your situation, you're gonna be in that same spot 5 years from now. I guarantee it. As far as depression and anxiety like that goes, I speak from experience. I've dealt with depression before. Trust me. There have been some dark times in my life. But the only thing that really got me through is that I realized that it all starts in my own head. It all starts in my own head. If I let other people's thoughts and limiting beliefs and actions dictate my thoughts of what they think that I'm capable of, which I am far more capable of greater things, then I start limiting my own belief, my own talents, my own skills, and I start degrading more and more every day. And it just falls into a spiral. If you've ever been in a depressed state, and some of us have been, I'm sure it's part of human nature. It sucks to have to deal with, dude. It absolutely sucks to have to deal with. But it's a result of your decision. It's an absolute result of your decision. If you're willing to make new decisions, and you're willing to really stake a claim in the ground and say, this is not happening anymore. I'm not feeling sorry for myself anymore. I choose to be happy. I choose to do what's right for me. Everything will start to turn around. Everything will start to turn around. And anxiety, on the other hand, anxiety is for the future. Anxiety is being so scared of the way things could happen, the way things could play out. When probably 80 to 90% of the time, half of the horrible shit that you've come up with in your head won't come to life. It won't come to fruition. You're just thinking the worst possible case scenario, and speaking spiritually, that changes your vibration, and it starts to bring that stuff to you. It starts to bring those bad situations. It starts to bring those horrible circumstances and events into your life. And you start attracting that. When instead, adopting new mindsets are difficult, and they're a lot harder to develop because it has to do with a lot of the neuroplasticity in your brain. Look it up, it's a real thing, I swear. But the easier shortcut route to get there, something that I would massively implore you to discover, is just to cut the bad shit out of your life. It's like when you're hauling around all this shit with depression, and you're hauling around all these ideas of self-doubt, and negativity, you're just carrying all that shit behind you. You're literally dragging it. It's baggage, and that's why they call it baggage. You're carrying that weight behind you. And you're trying so hard to stay positive, and you're trying so hard to make good decisions and to be positive and but you're still carrying all this shit behind you. Why do you think it's harder to be positive when you have all these negative emotions dragging behind you? Of course it's gonna be fucking difficult. What did you expect? But instead, if you start dropping the limiting beliefs, you start dropping that stuff of diminishing self-worth. You start dropping that stuff of believing that you start implementing the stuff that believing that you are capable, all that other stuff starts to fall away. Trust me, I've been there. I've dealt with it. I've been in some dark, deep, dark spaces in my head, and I've been stuck there. I've been stuck there for months at a time. It can get better, and it will get better, but that shit starts with you. It doesn't start with somebody else. It starts in your own head. But the only reason that it does start in your head, in your own head, and it is possible, is because the human body was created to evolve. The human body was made to adapt and overcome and become better. We are perpetual beings. We've been given the dignity of the freedom of choice. That tree does not have the dignity of choice. The best thing that tree can do is grow to its maximum potential of being a tree. That tree can't turn into an elephant. That tree cannot become the biggest tycoon on the face of the earth. It can only be a tree. It does not have the dignity of choice like humans do. We start realizing that shit, it changes everything. It absolutely changes everything. And your choices are made in the present. And each present moment that you decide to make a better choice, drip by drip by drip by drip, you get there. Drip by drip, you get there. Don't let anxiety cripple you. Don't let depression stop you. You can make a choice to become better. Choose to be better. Choose to be great. 400 trillion to 1 odds of being a human being on this earth, and we're taking it for granted and letting depression and anxiety cripple us. Fuck that. Fuck that. That's it. Y'all have a kick-ass week. Nobody owes you anything. I will see you later.